Hey Taurus Collective, happy Monday. Welcome to the start of a new week. Let's see what the energy is like for the Taurus Collective this week in love and money and anything else you need to know. We're going to start with love. What is your love life looking like this week? Starting yesterday, so September the 28th through what? The 6th? Something like that of October. Let's see. 5th of October. What is it? The 6th. All right. So we have the Tower in reverse. That's good. Scorpio and Aries energy. You could be dealing with either. I feel like it's good. We'll see. Something else flipped in reverse. The Ace of Swords. Interesting. So you got Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Scorpio, and Aries energy. And then the Seven of Wands. Okay, wait a minute. You know, Taurus, the Seven of Wands talks about feeling like the underdog. And then you got the King of Pentacles. This week, you might be more heavily focused on your finances. King of Pentacles is about being focused on your career, your money, your stability. You got the Lovers after that, more Gemini energy. But Taurus, this is your court card. Taurus, Mercury and Taurus. And then Leo, Mars is here, which usually talks about like a defensive, stubborn energy. And that's kind of what I'm getting with the Tower in reverse and the Ace of Swords. There's a person here. Okay, I feel like both of you could be at a standstill. It could be a lack of communication here, a lack of clarity, but also the feeling of not being able to let it go with the Tower in reverse. Sometimes the Tower in reverse talks about dodging a bullet. It talks about a preemptive strike. So I don't know if you're like going silent on somebody, almost to put yourself ahead of the game, like before them. Like say for instance, they reached out to you this weekend, or they reach out to you today, or whenever. Like you read the text message, but you don't respond as a way to get the power back in your court. It's kind of what I'm getting. But they could also be doing this to you, especially if it's an air sign. But a Scorpio and Aries is here as well. Yeah, because this is defensive, stubborn energy. And it's more like I'm focused on my money. Maybe love is taking a back seat this week with the Lovers here. Lovers does represent a choice. I feel like I got two stubborn lovers here. Yeah, the Hangman and the Knight of Swords. For some of you, it's because this person, this Knight of Swords keeps coming out for us. Another card that represents Gemini, Saturn. And then the Hangman is Pisces energy. But this is the fall. And I always tell y'all, this is sudden arrival and departure. It's a flighty energy. Somebody that's hot and cold with you in and out of your life. And you may be a bit defensive towards them, trying to heal. Six of Swords and the Justice card. Yeah, I feel like a tit for tat thing this week between you and another person. Let's see what this is about. What is this tit for tat energy I'm feeling? Like a lack of communication. You got the Three of Pentacles. Some of you could work with this person. Capricorn, Mars energy, and then the Wheel of Fortune. See, this is the karmic wheel here. And then the Judgment card, Scorpio energy. You got Pisces, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. This could be a 3-year relationship, 3-year age difference. Or for some of you, 12 years is significant. It feels like this week, I do get a very strong feeling of matching energy. Three of Pentacles talks about collaboration and teamwork, but I feel this Judgment card coming out with the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Pentacles gives me like somebody has sealed their fate with you, at least this week, where you feel like you're like, okay, I'm going to match your energy. I'm going to play along. That's kind of what I'm getting. Because maybe you wanted them to meet you halfway, but this person kept testing you. They kept putting you through ups and downs and challenges. So this week you could be calling judgment on this connection with this person. Y'all could just be going through a cycle. This is a karmic cycle usually. But I do get a strong feeling of two people. Yeah, the Three of Swords and the King of Pentacles again. So it feels like a little bit of sadness, depression, heartbreak, some kind of betrayal. Something happened here, and a little more focus on your money this week. Okay. Now, that King of Pentacles can also represent somebody who wants a stable relationship. And maybe they hurt you, you know, or maybe you hurt them. I don't know. But I feel like there's a separation. Three of Swords is separation. Could also be that somebody puts their work before you, or they're saying this about you, that you put work before them. Give me 2 more cards. 3 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. Yeah. With the Lovers here again in the World. The 9 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Yeah, it feels like there's like a lack of clarity here. There's some confusion this week between you and another person. Now, there is a person whose choice could have caught up to them. The Lovers is a choice. You got the World card, which can talk about the end of a cycle. It usually talks about a level up, but it's followed by the 9 of Swords, which is regret and remorse. Now, for some of you, this person could have married somebody else. That could be who's in your energy. This could definitely represent marriage, and maybe somebody's in regret because they chose someone else, married someone else, you know, got committed to someone else. Gemini, Capricorn, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. And this is Gemini. Mars energy. You got Aries here. You got Scorpio, Mars. A lot of Mars energy. Mars is very aggressive. Okay. It's the planet of war. It can be very passionate. It can be very intense, but it can also represent violence, arguments, confrontation, a lot of strong energy. So this 3 of Wands and 5 of Cups gives me that this week you are turning your attention away from something that caused you pain. This is about moving forward. It is a slow card. It is patient. You got the Hangman before. You got the 3 of Wands. So at least over the next 3 days, I do see you kind of like keeping your distance from someone. I'm going to put these cards back and start all over again. Before I do though, what is this person's next actions towards you? Because the Knight of Swords could mean that this person is about to reach out, and I keep telling y'all, you will probably get a call. And I always share with y'all that whenever I do these readings for the Taurus Collective, because I am a Taurus, I've noticed that this stuff starts to happen in my life, you know, and I'm not at odds with anyone, but I just noticed that people, they start reaching out. And I'm just like, so weird. Okay, so what is this person's next move and action towards you? The 9 of Wands. So they are defensive and guarded as well. Now, the 9 of Wands can be somebody who's willing to make a sacrifice, who realizes that they need to make sacrifices for you. Sagittarius moon energy, but it can be a guarded energy, and this person does look very guarded. It can be the energy of wanting to give up, being very close to either feeling like you've got to give up, or you're very close to success. It's usually close to success. Something could happen 9 days ago between you two. And then you get the 9 of Pentacles. See, you two are both very similar. These 9s represents very much self-focused. 9 of Pentacles is independent, self-sufficient. And see, I feel like that's the thing with this person. They're guarded. You can't get through. You don't know how to read them sometimes. They come across as maybe a bit uncaring. And then the 9 of Pentacles is the energy of like, I'm fine. I'm content by myself. That's not something that's going to work if you're trying to build a relationship. Yeah, look at this. The 9 of Swords. You could be seeing a lot of 9s in the Hierophant. And then the Knight of Cups. So there are feelings here. They have romantic feelings for you, but this person is they could be selfish. The 9s are selfish. And you got 3 9s here. And even 3 9s equal a 9. Because that's 27. Okay, so the Hierophant is Taurus energy and a 9 of Swords. And I do feel like Taurus, some of you are married to this person. This is the institution of marriage, or a very serious commitment, a high level of commitment with a 9 of Swords. This person could be a commitment phobe. They could also be in regret. This is the second time the 9 of Swords has come out. They could be in regret about not choosing you or not sticking to the rules of the relationship. Or this could be a person who's very fearful of that, though they do have feelings for you. So their next action towards you seems to be much of the same. Sometimes this Hierophant can represent outdated thinking, like doing something almost on autopilot because it's the way you're conditioned. It's dogma, it's indoctrination. So this person could have a way of thinking, like their school of thought. And then the 9 of Swords is definitely thought. It's the swords are all about the mind, communication, and thoughts. So I feel like this person has some anxiety here about commitment. This could be why you have separated yourself from them. You might even be married to them, but that doesn't mean that people always stay true to their vows and honor them, you know. I don't like this person's energy this week, but I feel like you're kind of returning a favor is what I'm getting. You are returning a favor, baby. That might be the name of your reading, because that's what I feel like you're doing. The Justice card is cause and effect. The Wheel of Fortune is basically the same thing. And so I do feel like there's a karmic cycle playing out. Doesn't mean it's going to stay this way. What does the end of the week look like? Let me use this deck here. What is the end of the week? By the end of the week, what's happening between Taurus and this person? The Ten of Swords. Now you went from the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords. Gemini energy and the Queen of Cups. See, the Queen of Cups is guarded vulnerability, and then the Death card, Scorpio energy. So you got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Gemini here. Yeah. There's a feeling of you like focusing more on you. There's a drastic change coming for you with the Death card here. It's what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And this is like when you've been so hurt and betrayed that you're at a rock bottom with someone. And you could be very well giving up. The tens are about endings and new beginnings, as is the Death card. So again, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This is a transformative energy. And the Queen of Cups is about self-love, nurturing yourself. So like I said, I do feel like you could be turning your attention away from this person. They could be then turning around and showering you with a lot of attention because you're doing it to yourself first, okay? All right. Let's look at your money. Love was kind of crappy, but it's just this week, and it doesn't have to be for everyone. Obviously, it's not going to be for everyone. What is this, going on with Taurus's money this week? Two cards. Oh, the Ten of Cups. Something emotionally fulfilling, Taurus. Something happy, something successful. And the Emperor. Oh, the Emperor represents a promotion, usually. Work in a male-dominated industry. Aries energy, and the Two of Swords with the Nine of Swords. Some of you could have a big decision that you need to make this week. Libra moon energy and Gemini Mars. Again, this Nine of Swords has come out 3 times. Y'all could definitely be seeing a lot of nines, but the nines are good signs that you are close to tens, and you got a lot of tens as well, which means that something is transforming. The nines are all about getting to a state of completion. And the 10 is where you're like, okay, it's complete and it's time for a whole new cycle. That could be why you had a Wheel of Fortune as well and the Death card. Big changes for you this week. I feel like the love might be a little more challenging than the career. But when it comes to your career, for some of you, you could either be this supervisor, this boss, this entrepreneur, whatever, that could be making a difficult decision that's making you anxious. Because I do see that here. But I do feel like, yeah, you could be taking your own sweet time. Page of Swords, that's like a need for patience or delayed communication. Maybe somebody's waiting for you to get back to them. And the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. So your spirit guides, and then the Page of Wands with the Ace of Wands. I feel there's something new starting. Now you have Ace and Ace showing up, and the pages act a lot like aces. And they are good news. And the Page and the Ace of Wands are good news that make you feel motivated, driven, ambitious, excited. So this is good, whatever this is. This is good news coming and a new start. The Six of Swords is your spirit guides with the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you have an ancestor. This could be inheritance of some kind that's going to put you in a place of like smooth sailing. So that could be what somebody could be, should be looking forward to this week. Yeah, and like I said, the Page of Swords is a need for patience and delayed news. So maybe you've been waiting for someone to make a decision. Maybe you're antsy about a person that's in a position of authority, a hiring authority or something like that. Or if you are an entrepreneur, some kind of decision being made. The Two of Swords is about a difficult decision. But with you getting the Ten of Cups, I feel like whatever this is, yeah, victory and success is yours with the Six of Wands here. Leo, Jupiter energy. The Ten of Cups is Pisces, Mars, and then Aries is the Emperor. So like I said, this usually talks about somebody that works. I always think of the foundation when I think of the Emperor. The Emperor is a number 4, and that's about the foundation. The Emperor is a steady energy. It's a stability thing. It's structure. So there could be something structurally going on in your life, a new structure being built. Because this Ten of Cups, I mean, for some of you, this is actually a home with the Ten of Cups here. Your love life could be somehow intertwined with your finances here. Maybe some of you are falling in love with a boss, falling in love with somebody that you could work for or that could work for you. That could be what it is as well. But this is good news right here. The Emperor, like I said, is usually a promotion. I see blueprints. I see like mathematical equations. I don't know if this means anything to anyone, But that's what I think of when I see the Emperor. I see like a man with a hard hat. You know, think of somebody that would be a structural engineer or something like that. I mean, obviously that's not going to be everybody's field of endeavor, but what I'm saying is there's something going on structurally for you. And whatever it is building on a solid foundation. And the owl here is standing right on top of the capstone, which gives me that not only is the structure here, but whatever this is being seen all the way through because the capstone is on top. You could be the brains behind the operation in some kind of way, but I definitely feel for some of you there's some kind of recognition going on here. 6 of Wands talks about being recognized, being adored, being admired, being on a pedestal. So there could be a promotion here or some recognition at work. This could even be your supervisor. It doesn't have to be that this is you. It feels like you have, maybe there's a promotion or something on the line or some kind of competition between you and another person. And maybe you are anxious about it this week. And maybe it's because you've been waiting. But the pages are good news. And you have 2 pages here. 10 of Pentacles is definitely being set for life. And I always tell you all, the 10 of Pentacles could be anything from insurance to estate planning to an inheritance to actually already coming from money. Now, I know most people on the planet don't sit in this energy just naturally because this is like blue blood energy. This is affluence. This is like being one of the Hiltons, being a Rockefeller, being, you know, that's what this 10 of Pentacles is. But when you get this, it shows that it's your birthright. Meaning that you're meant for this wealth. You're meant for this success. And your spirit guides are right here. So they could be opening this door for you. There could be something coming your way that's going to lead you to that 10 of Pentacles. This talks about being set for life, having longevity, having success. So if you have your own business, you could be getting good news. Or if you work for someone, same deal. I like that, Taurus. Let me see what these cards want to say about your money. Some of you could be getting recognized by your supervisor, or you could be a supervisor who's recognizing like a really hardworking employee this week. Could be a colleague, a business partner as well. The Justice card. See, something is coming into balance. Libra energy, and we are in Libra season, right? And then you got the Death card, Scorpio energy. Interesting. So that is a big change. And then the Page of Wands. So there's some kind of good news happening for you this week financially. Look at this, at work. The star. I told you, you could be like the star pupil. You could be the person in the spotlight. Some of you could also work in entertainment or something like that. There could also be somebody motivating you. Page of Wands can be like a motivational speaker. Maybe some of you have a speaking engagement, or you could be put into a leadership position. The Emperor could mean that you're being asked to step up and lead, and maybe something will come out of it. You know, you might end up shining. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. Spirit guides again. So I definitely feel like you have a lot of good karma here with the Justice card and the upright. And the Death card means there's a change. Okay, you're in a period of transition. Maybe some of you are training. This could definitely be training, being very open-minded, being willing to learn. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like you've been waiting for something, maybe 4 weeks. You got the Ace of Wands again. So that's like feeling motivated again. That talks about getting in the game, not being a spectator, not sitting on the sideline. But this is life abundance right here. Accolades, like I said, maybe being recognized. And you could be feeling like you've been waiting for this for weeks now. All right, Taurus, that is what I have for you. You could also have a legal situation that could be coming to an end and going in your favor. The Justice card in the upright is good news regarding legal matters, okay? All right, y'all. Somebody could even be in law school or something like that. I will see you all the next time. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Peace, Taurus.